Jen, we know that we are supposed to write for an audience, not for the whole world, but for a specific audience. But the question often is, well, how do I even know who that audience is? How do I know who I'm writing for? So can you share your thoughts with us on how you find out who you're writing for?
Yeah, absolutely. So it boils down to two words, which are customer research. And it's absolutely critical that you're listening to and talking to your customers so that you understand their deeper motivations, why they're seeking you out, what their biggest hesitations and concerns are when they come to your site, and basically what kind of mindset they're in and their state of awareness, how aware they are of your product, business solution, all those kind of good things. And so that's really the crux of it and why you want to be doing your customer research. So how do you do that?
Yes.
The best ways that I've found are by emailing your existing customers with a survey, asking them very pointed questions, having some open-ended questions, which is really great for message mining and figuring out what words resonate. And then there's on-site pop-up surveys, so asking one question as people are leaving your site to find out maybe why they're leaving, if they're leaving a checkout page and they haven't bought, things like that. You can find out what's going on. Also going online and message mining. So what you've talked a lot about online, like going to Amazon, looking at reviews, things like that, where you can actually see what people are talking about and what they think about the solution or the product. And then as well, interviews. So one-on-one interviews are fantastic.
Yes.
And the really great thing about those is you can keep sort of digging deeper and deeper and deeper until you can find out how people actually feel about, why they're coming to you.
Yeah, which is huge, right? When you can get down to those deeper emotional insights. Yeah, and truly interviews are so often the best way to get there.
Absolutely. Yeah. So anyway, so those are the best ways that I've found to do that, and applying that in a practical way, particularly to your copy. Recently, this past year, was really fun. Did some testing with a colleague of mine on a site where we wanted to see about changing around the copy, particularly above the fold, and really trying to tap into exactly who this solution was targeted to. Okay. And also to really drill down into why these people were coming. So what we did was we had one on-site pop-up to get people to self-identify. So to figure out, were they beginners, were they intermediates, were they advanced? And this was for to find out about them as programmers, or to become developers. It was a site to actually help people learn some of these basic programs.
Okay.
And get their first developer job. Anyway, so we did that, and it was great. We found that out, and then we also went through the customer surveys and found out through that the big motivation of why people were coming was to get their first developer job. Okay. And so we were able to use that and put that into the main value proposition headline subhead, to immediately, as people landed, they knew that this site was for them and what they would get out of it. And so between that and also bringing a video up to the top where it addressed some of the people's concerns and what they would get out of the course, it upped conversions by 60%.
That's incredible.
Great.
Right?
Yeah, so that was really fun.
And it might, I know people hear like, oh, put together a survey, that sounds complicated, that takes too much time, takes too much work, or interviewing people, that takes too much time, too much work. But when you can just do those things, it really helps you, like you say, write that better copy that otherwise you would have been completely guessing at. And what takes more time and work than just sitting there guessing randomly and hoping for the best? I mean, that can go on forever and really hurt your business versus just sitting down, putting together that pop-up survey and launching it. 7 days later, max, you usually have some really good results to work with. Yeah.
Right, exactly. So that was fantastic. And very lastly, I mean, the other really cool thing was there was another page on the site that we were thinking about changing that had a very detailed graphic about, this whole course and the curriculum, and it just did not really make sense to my husband and I. And I was so glad that he did another survey and actually asked about that particular page, and found out that the people coming to the site totally made sense to them. So it was great, because we would have changed that because it didn't make sense to us.
Sure.
Or it wasn't really intuitive to us, but how it was planned out really spoke to these people. And so the whole lesson behind this is you've got to just ask these questions and talk to people.
Yeah, because you're not writing for you, right? So if you had changed that page for you and your partner because it wasn't working for you,
right,
then you got it wrong, or that would have been wrong. So you had to learn and write for the group that you're actually writing for, not for yourself.